Good day. Good day, our viewers all over the world, wherever you may be watching or listening to this broadcast. Today, I would like to just share with us the topic title, It Does Not Worth It. It Does Not Worth It. And my text is will be found in the book of First Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. And it says, the saying is true worthy. If anyone aspire the office of overseer, he desire a noble task. And this passage says, if anybody desire the position of an overseer, if anybody, the position of overseer is only in Nigerian church that people see it as a big deal, but in the actual sense, from the Greek interpretation, it simply means a manager. And anybody could be a manager. The husband is a manager, managing the family. The mother also manager, managing the husband, managing the children, managing everyone in the home. Then the children also managers, managing their family, managing their parents in their own right. So there you discover that everybody is a manager. And then even employee, aside from the employers, are equally manager. But can I just start by saying that it does not worth it, to be sponsored to the seminary without the intention of returning back, to that same church that sponsor you to the seminary. That has to do with seminarians. Oftentimes, you see some individuals being sponsored by some churches. They put resources together to send these individuals to the seminary to be better equipped, believing that when they are done with their studies in the seminary, they will return back to those local churches that sponsor their theological education, and then be able to come back and then be of help to the growth and development of such churches. But on the other hand, you discover that some individual, by the time they are finally done with their program, there'll be a kind of a change of focus, probably where the seminary is situated is in this major city, and now the hustling and bustling of a new phase of life, they've probably came in contact with some new or whatever friends and whatever, and then begin to see ministry from a different perspective and not even bothered about the church that took the responsibility of paying their tuition fee, and not only paying their tuition fee, the lecture note, and not only the lecture note, sometimes paying for their transportation to and fro. Not only that, sometimes also giving them some stipends or allowance during the course of their study, and also ensuring that they are all well taken care of. In spite of all this, you discover that some individual, by the time they are finally done, they will never have the intention of going back to such a church to be of help, and then sometimes going back to be of assistance, in order to be able to contribute their own quota towards the development of that church or churches, so that the whatever money that have been spent on them while they were in seminary, contributions so the such churches are made towards their equipment, towards raising them up to be a better minister that will be at the cutting edge of fulfilling their ministry. You will now just discover that the essence of such effort will not be a waste. Beloved, to such, when you do such, I would rather say it does not worth it for you to have been sponsored. It does not worth it for you to have collected the money from them. It does not worth it for you to have in any way have accepted the financial assistance, knowing fully well that you will never return back. You see, a lot of individuals, they covet so many things. They covet assistance from their churches, but they are not ready to to pay back by go returning back to such churches to assist and ensure that such churches really feel their impact. So I will say to such individual, it does not want that you be sponsored to the seminary. It does not want that you be assisted in any way, knowing fully well you will not go back to be of help to such churches that put their resources together. So it does not even worth it for you to, in the first instance, collect financial assistance from them. It does not worth it for you to write a letter to them seeking for financial assistance, knowing fully well that you will never want to go back to be of help, of assistance, or in such a area. It does not worth it. It does not worth it for you to be sponsored by a guy, and at the end of it all, you will now say you will not marry the guy. I'm not 100% in support of that, but there are so many out there that will listen to so many reports, and that some intentionally will sponsor, and with agreement they collect money from some individual with the belief that they will marry them. Intentionally they collect money from them only for them to later now have a change of mind, now telling the individual that they don't really meet up to their stand. Beloved, it does not worth it, you collecting the money from them, and it does not worth it that you be sponsored, because if you knowing fully well that you will at the end only just use those individual as ATM, means to an end, it does not worth it that you be sponsored. It does not worth it that you collect the money. It does not worth it. If you are not ready for the responsibilities and the challenges associated with what you are collecting, beloved, it does not worth it that you collect the money. And it does not worth it that such a church should sponsor you, or such an individual should sponsor you. Then aside from that, it does not also worth it for you to be ordained. You see, sometimes I see a lot of individuals clamoring for ordination. Sometimes, in some ministry, there are different ministerial cadre. Some, they have different names tagged to their ministerial movement in their ministerial um, ladder. And you see some individual, they be struggling, doing everything humanly possible to get to some level. But at the end of it all, it's like they see those things as a title, not as a call to responsibility. Because when you aspire, our Apostle Paul in the text I read says the saying is trustworthy. If anyone aspire, see, there is no crime in you aspiring for something. There's no crime in it. There's no crime. It's part of nature. It's part of human for you to aspire. But when you aspire for an office, then it says you desire a noble task. There is a task. There is a task, a duty, responsibility associated with every opportunity, with every appointment. So if you, one way or the other, you get nominated in your ministry or church, and then you are ordained, and then you end up being ordained and end up not being dedicated, because when you are ordained in any church, you are whatever name they call it, when you are ordained as a minister, it is that ordination should motivate you, should propel, should ginger you to want to serve better, to want to be at the cutting edge of fulfilling your ministry, to want to be at the cutting edge of making significant impact, much more than you've ever been doing it before. It's not that you've not been doing it before, because the criteria for anybody to nominate you is on the basis of the fact that you've been doing something before. But now that you've been ordained, the ordination should motivate you to want to contribute the more, and for your impact to be seriously, to be felt upon that particular ministry, making significant impact. So your ordination is not just a title. You are not ordained to just begin to carry. The reason why some individuals sometimes struggle, that I personally discover, is that there is this element of inferiority complex in them, and they believe that once they receive such title, it will now boost their ego. No, ordination is not to boost your ego. Your ordination is not to boost your ego. It is not like one of those titles outside there in the world that people just pay money to receive. No, the essence of this is dedication and commitment to your primary place of assignment, to the very church where, the church that nominated you as a person. It is expected that after you are ordained, you'll be available. You'll be available for the midweek program, and then and once you know that you will not be available for midweek program, it does not worth it for you to accept the ordination. It does not worth it. It does not worth it that the leadership recommend your name. A lot of individuals will do all kind of things. They sometimes will fight, they create sin, all just because they want to be ordained. After the ordination, what do we see them doing? A lot of them just become title holders. Title holders. They receive ordination, yet they are not doing anything. You will get to a particular place, you see almost about 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 ministers aside from the senior pastor doing nothing, doing nothing. There you see minister of offering an announcement. You see minister of doing nothing. When the field is ripe. No, there are needs for people to be sent to various fields, but yet they will not be willing to go. They will not be willing to go, but rather they are there. They could be up to about 4, and yet that same local assembly will still be going outside to go and be engaging uh, individuals that have not even gotten to their ministerial level to go and oversee a new field to be opened up. Beloved, it does not worth it at all. It does not worth it. It does not worth it that you should be ordained. Your ordination does not really worth it. If you've been ordained and you are listening to me right now, it does not worth it. Your ordination does not worth it. You don't really deserve it. You don't really deserve it, because ordination is not for you to receive and then sit down. Ordination without primary responsibility does not worth it. Ordination without primary responsibility to prove your ministry and justify the basis for your ordination does not worth it. Ordination without personal contribution to the growth and development of the church does not worth it. Either you're ordained as elder or you are ordained as deacon. See, your appointment as deacon and stroke deaconess does not imply that you become a deacon. You are called deacon, not deacon. There is difference between being a deacon and being a deacon. A deacon is a concrete. They are immovable. You are not ordained to become immovable. You are ordained to have a primary responsibility towards ensuring that, one, you see to the well-being of the people that is the church, the minister of God, that is as deacon and as elder, to see to the primary well-being of the church. You have a sole responsibility to the church. Your time is no longer your time. It's a higher responsibility, a higher calling onto serious responsibility. It is not a title where people now begin to see you and say, yes, these are the deacons, these are the elders, these are the ministers. No. It is a call. And that's why you discover that in the scripture, people were called along the line of the manifestation of the grace of God upon their life. They were not just being the way we do it today. It was the Spirit of God and the contributions of this individual that caused them to stand out, and everybody get to see the grace of God and identify them with the area of God's grace upon their life. But on the contrary, today people are given appointed without responsibility. Beloved, it does not worth it. It does not worth it. If it does not worth it for you to be appointed as an elder in a church, in a ministry, in an organization, and you are not in any way responsible, it does not worth it. For you to be appointed an elder, a midweek program you will not attend, it does not worth it. It does not worth it for you to be appointed an elder, and that Sunday service, they will still be coming to your house to still want to come and motivate you or come and visit you before you attend. It does not worth it. You don't deserve it. It does not worth it for you to be appointed. It does not worth it on your own part to have received that ordination, because you don't merit it. Because if you merit it, you will work for it. You will work for it. It does not worth it for you to be appointed, be ordained, and be shortlisted to be ordained as a deacon and as a deaconess. What are the duties of deacon and deaconess? I'm sure your various organizations, churches, and ministry will automatically I'm sure they must have they took you through all the basic requirement, and then also ensure that even you met the requirement in the first instance, and then also took you through all the various responsibilities associated with such office. But if any way, whatever way that you are not available for that responsibility associated with that assignment, it does not work. And then aside from that, come to think about it, in this, aside from the responsibility, there are equally challenges. If one way or the other you are not ready for the challenges associated with the position of being a leader, or being an elder, or being a worker, or being a deacon or deaconess, or being ordained minister, if you are not ready to face the challenges associated with all these areas that I've mentioned, it does not worth it for you to have been appointed in the first instance. It does not worth it for you to have been ordained. It does not worth it for you to have been ordained as a minister. It does not worth it for you to be or to have been ordained as a deacon. It does not worth it for you to be been ordained as a deaconess. It does not worth it for you to be to have been ordained as an elder. And it does not even worth it for you to have been appointed as a worker and a leader in a church when you will not be available for the, because part of the responsibility is that you must be available. Your availability during the midweek and on Sunday service is part of your assignment, and that is the reason why you are set aside. It's not a promotion, it's a call to responsibility. So many people today, they see all these things as promotion. It's not promotion. It's not promotion. It's a call to duty. Where you fail to be available for duty, then my friend, it does not worth it for you to, in the first instance, have been recommended. It does not worth it. It does not worth it. It does not worth it. It does not worth it for you to have been ordained, because the essence of your ordination is to stimulate, is to ginger, is to prompt, and then to create that, the passion in you to want to serve the Lord. So it does not worth it. It does not worth it for you to want to get married if you are not ready for the responsibility, the responsibility of taking care of your wife, the responsibility of taking care of your children, the responsibility of taking care of their family. It does not worth it for a man who wants to get married, and then you are not ready to take care of your wife, to get accommodation, and then take all every other basic responsibility, provide shelter for your family, and you are now expecting your wife to be the one to provide shelter for you. And it does not worth it for you to go into marriage in the first instance. It does not worth it. It does not worth it. Rather have been better for you to remain single. It does not worth it, because marriage is a call to responsibility and also taking challenges. There are challenges associated with marriage. There are challenges, responsibility. You must provide money. You must provide money. And that's why you must work. A man that is not ready to work, number one, in the first instance, there is no basis for such individual to be thinking of marriage, settling down with anyone. There is no basis for you. If you cannot, if you are not thinking of a job, you don't have a job, you don't have accommodation, you don't have a stable source of income, there's no basis for you going into marriage, because you will end up becoming a liability, not an asset. So it does not worth it for people like you to go into marriage. It does not worth it. It does not, because even though marriage is for procreation, a lot of individuals, they believe that is the only aspect they want to pick in marriage. The reproduction aspect is what they want to pick, or the companionship aspect, or achieving common goal aspect. But they fail to realize that there are also challenges of barrenness and delay. See, beloved, if you are not ready for the challenges of barrenness and delay, and probably in the process you now have only primary delay, not to now talk of a secondary delay, and then the next thing you now intend to do is to go outside and then begin to think and then to call it quit, my friend, it does not worth it for you to go into that marriage, because marriage goes beyond the one-day celebration. So if you are not thinking about the challenges associated with marriage, you better sit down now. As you are listening, you better sit down and ensure that you understand that there are challenges associated with marriage. Marriage goes beyond the one-day celebration that you put on clothes and does everybody begin to eat. My friend, after that hitting and dialing, you face responsibility. There are responsibility waiting for you, or which nobody, your family members will come to take it for you. There are responsibilities, because anybody saying he or she is going into marriage, you are telling everybody that I'm ready to face the responsibility, and I'm equally capable. I'm ready, prepared, prepared to face the challenges and to be able to face it headlong. Not that you quit along the, and then you now begin to fight for divorce. When you fight for divorce, the Bible says you are made of an inferior material. You are made of an inferior material, because individual that want to get into marriage, except probably where there are domestic violence that are, life threatening. Aside from that, but if it is on the premise of the fact that the individual you marry, you end up to discover that the individual has not, the individual cannot provide, the individual has one challenges, physical challenges or the other. See, beloved, even if in the process of the something, the individual end up having accident and end up becoming crippled, my friend, that is challenges, and you must be ready to take the challenges graciously. Graciously, you must be ready. You must be prepared. So when you know you are not prepared for such, that's why some individual, part of this vows being taken is that for in good, in health, in prosperity, in sickness and whatever, you stay together. Not that you now turn into say in good we stay, in worse we go. No, 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 no. It is not like that. The Christian marriage is in every situation, you weather the storm together. You stay together. You stay together. You don't quit. You don't quit. You face the challenges, whatever challenges that come along the way, you face it headlong. You take it together. You sought to surmount it. But when you are not ready for this, my friend, it does not worth it you going into it. Then it does not worth it to become a member of the church chorister when you know you will not be available for the midweek program, you will not be available for the Sunday service, and as occasionally you will sing to this Sunday, then another fortnightly you will not sing possibly until another 2 months before you now rope, my friend. It does not worth it for you to, in the first instance, be seen, even or joining the church chorister. If you are not ready for because part of your responsibility is you must make yourself available for rehearsal. It is compulsory. You make yourself available for rehearsal, personal development, aside from the church making provision for your development, personal development to be efficient in whatever area of assignment you are giving within that department. It is your sole responsibility. So when you are not ready for all this, my friend, it does not worth it for you to be identified with the chorister. It does not worth it for you to be identified with them. It does not worth it for you to be tagged and be seen and be called a chorister. It does not worth it if you cannot improve on your voice. It does not worth it if you cannot take praise worship as a choir member. It does not worth it if you cannot modulate your voice as a chorister. It does not worth it if you, the same voice, you don't know how to modulate your voice as a chorister, and the same voice, and you are asked to, and every time you hold microphone like this, in fact, you always end up using your monotonous voice, and the whole thing will be sounding like a frog when you're actually supposed to modulate and flow with others instead of flowing with others, and then harmonizing your voice with the voice of other. You are just ending up spoiling the whole thing. It does not worth it for you to be there. It does not worth it for you to be there. It does not. It is not. You see, if you think it's all about to wear clothes, appear, and then that, no, no, no. It does not worth it if you cannot develop yourself to the point of bringing down the hand of God, and at any opportunity given to you to minister, to bring down the hand of God, my friend. It does not worth it. 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 It does not worth it if you cannot take the responsibility of providing the uniform for yourself until you'll be expecting the church to be it, because it is part of your responsibility. It's part of the challenges associated with being a member of that chorister. If you cannot do all this, my friend, it does not worth it. It does not worth it. If your own case will be complaining all the time, you cannot raise money to go to where you need to go for rehearsal, where you need to go for training, where you need to engage yourself in something that will better equip you and improve your skills, my friend, it does not worth it for you to be identified. It does not worth it for you to be called an usher in a church when you are not ready to dress smart. You are not ready to appear neat, decent. Instead of putting on a suit, you are putting on a coat, and that coat like those ones they put on in the early 60s and the 50s. No, 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 no. It does not worth it for you to be an usher if you cannot put on a smiling face, and then you just frown your face as if you are fighting with people, and that it does not worth it for you to be an usher. It does not worth it for you to be identified as an usher. If you're standing in the church, you'll be driving members, new worshippers away instead of encouraging people. It does not worth it for you as an usher. If you'll be backing people that be coming into the church instead of brightly positioning yourself to welcome them, to receive them, and to graciously lead them to their seat. If you just stand at the spot like a police on duty post and not moving around to lead the people, it does not worth it for you to be there. It does not worth it for you to be there at all. It does not worth it. If you cannot appear neat and decent as an usher, expecting the church to be the one to make everything for you, it does not worth it. If you cannot make yourself available for midweek program, every midweek program, the Sunday service program, and get to the church on time, tidy up the place, tidy up, do everything that needed, my friend, it does not worth it for you to be there. It does not worth it for you to be there. Then in the corporate world as well. He said every employee has a responsibility towards the employer. One, to do the work they are employed to do. Everybody, regardless in whatever department you find yourself, both in the secular and in the sacred, there are once you are assigned a response, either as a Sunday school teacher or Sunday school superintendent or Christian education director, you have a responsibility, or house fellowship director, you have a responsibility, and there are challenges associated with it. Part of the challenges may be to get the material and to move from one place to the other to check on the people, or to check on the people you are supervising, your immediate constituency. If you cannot do all this, and then you also have to interact with people, if you cannot develop and improve on your interpersonal relationship with people, it does not worth it for you to be appointed, because the essence of the appointment is not to chase away the member. It is not to chase away people, but to encourage people to come. That each time they set eyes on you, they'll be so happy, they'll be so excited to come to the presence of the Lord, to be part of the service, to know. But if you alone will be the reason why people will be running away from the church, my friend, it does not worth it for you to be tagged as a leader, as a in any place. So basically, for employee, it is expected that it's expected to be, aside from the fact that you expect to be paid, not just you only thinking about what to get, because even these days the sense of gratification, it has become another thing. It has gradually begin to turn a lot of individual, into something else. No, my friend, aside from the fact that the sense of being paid, my friend, you have a responsibility to your employer to do the work you are employed for. Are you a chorister? Do the work you are engaged for. Are you an usher? Do the work. Get to know what you are expected to do. Are you in the secular environment? Get to know what you are employed to do in that office, in that shop, in that factory, in that position. Because in every position are responsibilities and challenges. Don't just think about the privileges alone, but there are responsibilities associated with it that are also challenging. Not only the benefits, not only, don't think about benefit. This sense of gratification, we must drop it to face responsibility. And because every position is opportunity for you to contribute your quota towards the development of the company you represent, the company you are, where you are employed, and then to also represent the positive interest of your employer towards achieving the overall goal of that company where you are employed. Then to do your work carefully, seriously, and diligently. Diligence is required of you. And then loyalty and honesty must also be a part of your responsibility. And then report to duty, report to work on time, and prepare for daily work. Not only that, conduct your duty related to whatever you are employed for. Comply with the company policy, procedure, and instruction in relation to the work and health and safety of any organization where you are employed. In failure to do this, my friend, it does not worth it for you to be there. If you cannot keep all these that I've mentioned, it does not worth it for you to be employed. It does not worth it for you to be engaged. It does not worth it for you to be given that opportunity. It does not worth it for you to occupy that position. It does not worth it for you to parade yourself as some occupying a particular position, because the reason why you are giving those employment, the reason why you are employed, the reason why you are giving those positions in your, also in the church, is not for you to parade yourself. It's not a platform for you to parade yourself. It's not a platform for you to seek for gratification, but responsibility. You must be responsible. Take responsibility, and then also be ready to take the challenges you must face. But where you now begin to run away from the challenges, my friend, it does not worth it. As a pastor, if you cannot take time, see, people will step on your toes, people will hurt you, people will talk to you anyhow. As a worker, people will talk to you anyhow. Can you just imagine what your leaders often go through? If you, as a worker, as a leader, you find it difficult to understand the people, to relate with people, and you keep complaining at the slightest provocation, then what then should your leaders do? Even you also in that corporate organization, you keep complaining about everything. You can now just imagine what your leaders, the CEO of such organization, would have been thinking if they were to be in your shoe, regardless of those challenges. Because what shows your ability, what shows who you are, is your tenacity to contribute your quota, regardless of challenges. Till when else I come your way, beloved, remember, it does not worth it for you to go into marriage if you are not ready to take the responsibility and the challenges associated with it. It does not worth it for you to take that employment letter if you know you are not ready to take responsibility and also face the challenges and overcome the challenges, submit the challenges. It does not worth it for you to be ordained as a minister anywhere. Whatever title they give you, it does not worth it for you to take it if you are not ready to be responsible to the place and then face challenges. It does not also worth it for you to be sent to school, either seminary or secular school, when you know you will not be committed to that primary place where you are being sponsored. It does not worth it for you to collect money from anybody if you know you will not be responsible and be committed to that individual. Till when else I come your way, God bless you. And if you are blessed, please kindly share with others, send this to others, and God bless you.